Do-rag wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, and friends. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Joyous Kwanzaa, Christopher Hitchens, he was born this month, atheist, so happy Atheist Month. May the next year bring everyone some good news. But since I only believe in luck, you spin the wheel or you don't spin the wheel. When you walk out the door, you're spinning the wheel whether you like it or not. We're all living under luck. And I hope you all have it good. 319 days to the election, and today is Earth date Y2K 19.12.19. We do have now a cold Civil War Christmas. I seem to remember a creep named Trump who spent all of the Obama presidency trying to delegitimize him. Never forget that. I seem to remember the entire teabagger party doing everything in their power to undermine President Obama. I seem to remember someone named Mitch McConnell swearing to make Obama a one-term president. I seem to remember the same McConnell making up new rules that would allow him to take away President Obama's right to pick a Supreme Court justice to replace the cursed Anton Scalia. Took the right away. Obama didn't have a right to pick a Supreme Court justice. We voted for him. He was still in office, but Mitch McConnell made up his new rules. This same totalitarian McConnell has now made it very clear that he intends to be partial during the Senate impeachment trial. That he intends to preside over a kangaroo court. The highest court in our land, the Supreme Court, is a kangaroo court after all, thanks to McConnell and Trump. So why not have a kangaroo Senate trial in this impeachment? The Trumpist Party represents a minority in our country. They always say percentages, the 40%, the 45%. You don't get the whole picture if you use percentages, ladies and gentlemen. This minority runs in the 60+ millions. I take that number very seriously. And if we don't vote en masse in that 300 and, what did I say before, 19 days, he will win. This creep will be flushed in again, and that's the end. As far as I'm concerned, that is the end. Nancy Pelosi has this gambit right now because she knows the totalitarian in the Senate, McConnell, is going to make a kangaroo court case out of this. In the Senate, who's going to let this dangerous traitor and sociopath and criminal creep skate. She's going to hold on to the articles. That's their articles. It belongs to them. Belongs to us. The American people. The only thing standing between us and totalitarianism right now is that part of our government. This one half of the legislative branch is ensuring that we're holding on with our constitutional democratic republic, because the Senate is Trumpist, the executive branch is Trumpist, and the Supreme Court is Trumpist. This is what Putin has wrought for us. The reality show nation. So Nancy Pelosi is holding on to these impeachment articles until she hears from McConnell about how the rules of the trial are going to be set, or whether or not it's going to be a kangaroo court or not. Because we're not going to allow the Trumpist party to flush these articles of impeachment down their toilet. 70% of the country at least agrees and wants a fair trial in the Senate in this impeachment. Witnesses from the president, quote unquote, the Putin president, and witnesses from the heroic side, the patriotic side, our side. A fair trial. This entire country right now should be up in arms against a traitor Putin president and all of his lackeys in the Trumpist party, including the head of the Senate, the leader of the Senate, totalitarian Moscow Mitch McConnell. I want to congratulate and thank all of those folks who went out in the rain to protest this creep. Massive protests all over the country against this creep, this Trumpist creep and his Trumpist party. In the cold, in the rain, of course, if you were lucky enough to be in the heat, good. They were out in protest. This must continue every day, all the time. Demonstrations must become a norm until this Trump creep, traitor, birther, homophobic, xenophobic, Latinphobic, racist turd, anti-Semite turd is gone. But, you know, and of course, we want to have the nonviolent protests, nonviolent civil disobedience. However, I have a caveat. Their side is not dedicated to nonviolent protest. They will kill you, as has been demonstrated. Mass killings motivated by hatred that this creep is stoking. He's doing everything Putin wants to downgrade our country. When our country is in flames, Putin will dance on them. So their side isn't dedicated to nonviolent protests. Their Hitlerian leader, Trump, tells them all that they should punch them in the face. Punch them in the face. Just like they did it in the old days, according to Trump. And I take this very seriously. These right-wing turds are violent, as you will read and see throughout history. The right wing in this country, more than the left wing, the right wing, the extremist right wing, have been more terroristic, violent, murdering creeps than you could ever imagine. Check out Black history in the United States of America. The death of Emmett Till. The pogroms that wiped out Rosewood and Greenwood. Therefore, nonviolent protesters and nonviolent practitioners of civil disobedience are going to need protection. Protection! Participants should wear protective clothing, and everyone should be guarded by groups of professional protectors who will be allowed to get physical against those Trumpists who will attack with impunity. I mean, the people who protest are going to need to wear helmets, maybe some bulletproof vests. I'm serious. We're on the verge. We're in a cold Civil War Christmas. And these right-wing creeps, I guarantee, are going to push us to the extreme. Bullies will push and push to see just what they can get away with. That's exactly the kind of traitorous creep we have in office right now. The Trumpist traitor side has the money, the support, like the Koch brothers, Adelson, the casino king, They are using it to spread nasty propaganda all over the airwaves. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm supporting Act Blue. Progressive turnout. These right-wing creeps, these Trumpists, are on a war footing, and sadly, we must respond or lose our country to Putin. This is a sad, tragic time for our country, and it will be up to us to save it from our enemies, for our future, for your children's future, because I don't have any, but the children that are here, the future. And one of our enemies right now is laughing, and his name is Putin. As we rally against Trump, as we realize the cold civil war we are now in, we must pledge to support progressive causes and candidates. We must make sure to get out, to vote en masse, to crush the enemies of our democratic Constitution Republic. We must turn the laughter of the Putin fiend and his Trump lackey and the Trumpists that follow him and them into shrieks of pain. We gotta make them cry. The USA must endure. And Trump and Putin must be removed.